Yeah, thank you ever so much for inviting me here to share with you about my research. I'm very passionate about research. Research is my hobby as well as my job, and so is teaching. So I'm really, very keen on those two topics. What is research? Research is about problem solving, looking for a problem that have not been solved before, to actually solve the problem, to improve knowledge, to help us to have a better life, basically. That's what research is about. In order to do that effectively, most of the problems that we have today are very complex. You cannot just look into one subject and expect the answer from that particular subject. You need to look beyond the particular subject. Instead of looking at silo, ideas of research, you should look across to different platforms and try and understand the complexity of the subject and try and bring in other subjects to solve the problem. That's why it's so interesting to do multidisciplinary research, because it is fascinating. You can learn so much more than if you do silo research. That's what my personal experience has been in the last 20 years. So I'm going to talk to you about big data and knowledge management for innovation. As you can see, those three areas are very, very new in research. Big data is very, very new. Knowledge management is not new, but it is still a very important part of research. Now, innovation is a very hot topic. Everybody loves innovation. If you talk to a company about innovation, you tell them, would you like to innovate? They will say yes. Would you like to know how to innovate? They will say yes, definitely. Because everybody needs innovation. Without innovation, you will not be able to survive in today's competitive age. So big data, what is big data? You're going to ask me. Big data is the hottest term in computer science, in business. Everybody talking about big data. Right? What is it then? Actually, big data is not a new concept, but it become a new concept now because of the availability of technology available for us today. So we can use this concept of big data to help us to run our business, to help us to predict things, to help us to do innovation, to help us to solve a lot of problems that we couldn't solve before. What is it basically? Big data is basically a term applied to a new generation of software, application, and system for storing data, the way that we store data. What is the purpose of it? The purpose of it is to get this derived value, or business value from the unstructured data that we have. If you got one data scientist, there are 100 people after you. The salary is enormous. So if you are a data scientist, there will be 100 people after you. So you don't have to go after the job because everybody will come after you. Because that is the reality of the world nowadays. They want big data scientists, but they can't get them because big data scientists are very rare. They are not just a computer scientists. It's many different subjects that you need to know in order to become a big data scientist. So people are running courses now to produce data scientists, but because the subject is so new, there isn't enough knowledge to actually deal with the subject at the moment. Big data normally involve 3 V here. When we talk about big data, the V come in, What is the 3 V here? The volume of data, first of all. Big data is always involve volume. What is that? Because the quantity of data that we have to capture nowadays is so enormous. We're not talking about, gigabyte. We're talking about, goodness knows, I don't know, picobyte or whatever, the byte that we talk about. I don't know how to call it in English now, because it's just trillions and trillions of bytes of data. The other thing to do with big data is velocity, the speed of calculation of those data. Now you got billions and trillions of data. How do you process the data in such a speed, very quickly, in a few seconds, to be able to give you the solution? Now, why big data? As I said to you before, that there were data, but it wasn't important. Now, because of the fact that we have new systems that can handle a variety of data from sensors, we can pick up sensors. We can actually tell you when the machine is likely to break down, and we can actually stop the breaking down of the machine before it breaks down remotely. It doesn't have to be. The machine can be here. The sensor control can be here in Slovakia, and the machine can be in China. We can do that. Very soon, yeah. People already start doing research in this area and doing that already. So you can see the huge potential of big data. The other thing is that we have the ability to have an analytical capability to do that. Before that, we don't have the skill to do that. We didn't have that. Now we got advanced analytics to do that. So we can predict, in years to come, the prediction will be more and more accurate. Okay? Why data? Why data is so important? Basically, there are three types of data that we normally associate with, in our everyday life. One of them is business data. All right? We have business data we probably know about. We have SAP, we have Oracle, we have all the traditional database ERP system. The other one is this thing, social media. Now, social media generate a lot of data. You use Facebook, you use YouTube, you use Twitter. There are billions and trillions of data that every day collected by a provider. Now, those data are very useful for business. They can see what you like, how you discuss with your friend, what sort of preference you like, what sort of things you do. They can monitor that, we can pick it out, we can analyze the data, find out what people really like, what sort of thing that people desire. We can use that information to provide us a means of innovation. And that's how smart people use this. So the data that can be used to help us in innovation are not just the business data, but those are the things. Social media data, free, it's everywhere. You collect them. A lot of people are using that to set up their new business and set out, improving their existing business. And the other one that's very good for manufacturing, all right, to help us with machine, is machine data. We got infrared identification now. We got logbook and so on. We got sensors. So those are the things. We have big data already in use, telling you where you can park your car, which space is empty, where, and so on. Directing traffic already. Intelligent smart city. They all use big data to do that. So big data has a huge implication for government, for university, for us as a citizen, for everybody. So it is an enormous, important subject. However, data itself is useless. You got to turn the data into knowledge. And that is an important thing. So at the moment, there's a big gap, all right, between data, huge data there. What type of data is useful for us to extract the knowledge? Not many people know that, because you don't go around and turn every data, because most of them are useless. Maybe 95%, 98% of them are useless, only 2% are useful. Where do you get the 2% from? Among these trillions and trillions of data. That is the skill that people are looking for. It's very hard. Research is still looking for the answer. We haven't got the answer. Now, knowledge, we all know about knowledge, because knowledge is the most important thing. Unless the data is turning into knowledge, otherwise it's no use. Because without knowledge, knowledge is key that differentiate one company for the next company. So everybody know about how to do certain things, how to solve quadratic equation, all right, and so on. But this is the one that we don't know. Tacit knowledge, expertise knowledge. All right. What distinguishes Bill Gates and you and me? All right. Bill Gates have this, and Google have that we don't have. All right. And how do we get that? This is the thing that we want, tacit knowledge. All right. And this is the thing that we want, to be an innovator, because not many people have the skill to be like Google, to be like Facebook. Now, what is innovation? Innovation is a hot thing around the world, around business, around everywhere. Everywhere, every country I go to, I talk to the government, I talk to the university, I talk to business. They told me innovation. It's very hot. Everywhere you talk to, people talk about innovation. So innovation is important. We want to provide better medical service for the patient. We want to provide better transportation for the citizen. We want to provide better health services. We want to provide all sorts of things. Better education service. They're all innovation to either product or services. Now, there's a big difference between innovation and invention. I want to draw that, because I think invention is important, but it's not that important if it does not turn into innovation. Okay. Now, big data, about innovation. Coming back to big data, how can big data be used in innovation? Because big data is what? It's the bridge, it's the next wave of innovation. Big data is going to be used as the tool for the next generation of innovation now. We can learn a lot from the data that we already got, all right? Using big data technique to predict the sort of thing that we can do. Well, by combining data, you see big data, the advantage of big data is that before that we only have one sort of transactional data. Now we can combine data from multiple channels. all right? We can use sensors, we can use text, we can use picture, audio, video. We can use those information, the data from there, to extract, to see the pattern of the customer, see the pattern of the business, what sort of thing that they value. Then we can then design the service and the product to suit them. Discover the pattern of interest using big data analytics, right? And then the business can then realize, then do that to operate the business better. Like Amazon is very good. Why? Because Amazon use big data. They want to find out exactly what sort of thing that customer very value. They always try and improve on that. Then they use that. Nowadays, Amazon found that one of the things that people value a lot is fast delivery. Like I'm ordering good today, I want it to be delivered on the same day. No, that's very difficult. All right? But in a big country, a small country is okay. You know what they do? They use drones now. They're actually trying out using drone. Drone. Now they are trying out now, working out. How do they do that? In other words, I will deliver your good within an hour. When you order now, the thing will be delivered to you in the next hour. How do they do that? They have to use, because they can now, because they have drones. So they're experimenting in UK now, they're using drones to deliver goods, So can you imagine this thing flying to your house? I don't know how it works anyway. Deliver this good into your garden? I have no idea, but anyway, it is actually feasible now. So, because that is what people want. I want to order my thing now, I want it next minute. I want it delivered next hour. I don't want it to tomorrow and the day after, because it's too late. So they know what the value what the people want, so they are going to improve the services. So that's why Amazon is very smart. This is what they use, they use this technology to do that. So because, and then big data, create important innovation for the company, in many ways. In what way? All right? Big data enable organization, both company and public company, private company to do what? To spot London market need. What sort of need that the people want?